Welcome to Talking Phat. That's Phat spelled P-H-A-T, which stands for purpose, hope, and truth. This is where solutions are discussed for today's problems in our country, in our communities, and in our lives.
Peace and blessings, everyone. Peace and blessings. Let me thank you for tuning in to another episode of Talking Phat. I'm your host, Keith Robertson, and it's Talking Phat, P-H-A-T, which is an acronym for purpose, hope, and truth. This is where public information is brought forward that a lot of times is not public knowledge, because we always say when we know better, we can do better. Well, guys, on several occasions, why am I doing this? What is Phat about? What is this purpose, hope, and truth? Let me tell you this. Purpose, hope, and truth came about during the darkest times in my life. As I went through those situations and I talked to the Creator, I was asking the Most High to guide me through these situations. But most importantly, why am I going through? And this is the purpose, hope, and truth that got me through. And so now I want to leave these words for my children's children so they can hear and understand what their grandfather, their great-grandfather, their great-great-grandfather went through. But also along with this is the ability to have other people come forward and tell their fact. What is their purpose, hope, and truth? But we each have a story to tell, and our stories, our life situations, our ups, our downs, can possibly help that next person through their journey in this thing we call life. This is why I do this podcast. What is Phat? Purpose, hope, and truth. Purpose. That's an acronym for power, understanding, remembering, planning, overcoming, seeing, and executing. I'm going to say that again. Power, understanding, remembering, planning, overcoming, seeing, executing. The power. We have that power as a source in our lives. It's a gift from God. That power that resides in each of us. The Creator created everything. The heavens and the earth, all the animals, all the trees, the seas, the oceans. And He created us. But yet He breathed in us and we became a living soul. We have that power to grab hold to help motivate us, because in our weakness, His strength is made perfect, right? And you for understanding. We have to understand that life is a series of peaks and valleys. For everyone. Now, some valleys are not as low as others, and some mountains is not as high as others, but we each go through our ups and downs in life. It's us experiences. It gives us real life experiences. Because when you have experience, you have an understanding. And once you have an understanding with experience and you look back, then you have wisdom. You can look back and not recreate that same outcome from that experience that you had previously, right? Because only an insane person will continue to do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome, as they say. Life is two things, decisions and consequences. When you get down to the root of life, are remembering. Remembering that last situation a lot of times is that when we're in a situation, you don't really realize the situation that you've gone through until you're out of it. Sometimes it hurts just that bad. But you got through it. Remembering that time where your heart was broken, you thought you couldn't go on, but you got through it. Remembering the loss of a loved one, and you got through it. Remembering that time you were sick, but it wasn't unto death, and you got through it. Remembering that time you lost that job, and you couldn't see no way out, but you got through it. You have to look in that rearview mirror to navigate what's ahead of you. Looking back gives you the advantage of knowing that those past situations you got through. And this current one that you're dealing with, you're going to get through that as well. For it said that you're either going in a storm or coming out of a storm. This is what life's about. P, planning. You have to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, your future is just waving in the wind. It's like the tide, it goes back and forth, back and forth. You have to have a plan in this life. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Because what a plan does, it gives you the ability to measure your progress. It allows you to celebrate the small victories while allowing you to observe your progress. It gives you the ability to measure your improvements from point A to point B. A, B, C, D. If all you have is A, you don't know if you're improving or not. It's just like a track athlete, right? They have to have a clock to measure from point A to point B and how fast it took them to get there, right? So they measure and they see this time and they say, okay, that's the time I have to beat. My plan is to train so I can beat that time. Oh, overcoming. Overcoming. You must have an overcoming mindset. This is the belief that your skills and ability is enough to get you over or around the obstacles that are in your life. So you can bounce back from that situation. And this is the mindset of a champion. We are champions. Yes, there are situations, but the power that resides in me is greater than that situation. You have to talk to yourself sometimes. Say to yourself, yes, you can. Can't stop, won't stop until I win. And then there's S, seeing. Seeing yourself where you want to be. Not where you are today, but where do you want to be actually? Seeing yourself victorious in your mind first. Seeing yourself there. Seeing yourself winning. Seeing yourself achieving. Seeing yourself at that finish line. Whatever it may look like. Is it that career advancement? Is it that house? Is it that car? Is it that vacation? I mean, whatever it is it having kids? Is it your kids growing up and having kids? Seeing yourself there. Seeing yourself as a winner. Seeing yourself as the Creator sees you. What do you see when you look at yourself in the mirror? Your reflection. Because you got to realize you are a trinity within yourself. Because the Creator gave you a gift yet even before you were born. That is purpose. Second, then there's how others see you. And the bottom line is you got to execute. You have to execute. You have to do the work. Work, shall. Remember, crawl, walk, run. H-O-P-E. H is helping. I mean, there's no greater feeling in this life than helping someone achieve goals in which you have no horse in the race. There is no greater feeling than helping another person achieve their goals when it doesn't benefit you. That's right. That's right. It's not about you. It's about us. It's about everyone. When you realize it's not about you, you're able to navigate through life unselfishly. For it's about the collective. For we're in this together. Believe it or not. Don't believe in what's been taught or programmed into us. Separate. You can do it by yourself. You can't do it by yourself. Don't you see that? Look at the position our society is in today. Why wouldn't you help another person succeed? Because what that does is that gives the way, that cuts a path for you so someone else can help you in your endeavor. It's like a cash account. See, when you need something, then you have something to withdraw. Many times you've been in a situation and you said, wow, I don't know where it came from, but it was right on time. See, that was one of those withdrawals that I'm talking about. That's right. It was withdrawal from that account. Karma is real. Y'all, karma is real. That is something God showed me years ago when I asked about karma. He showed me how to prove it to myself. Something as simple as letting another person in when I'm driving. Try it. Here's the test. Driving your car. Don't be that person that somebody got their blinker on. Let them in. Let them in. Don't speed up. I'm not going to let them in. Don't speed up. Try that. And I guarantee that when you're in this situation, someone will let you in. Speaking from experience, that is how I drive. I let people in, and I never have a problem getting in. You have to help others. You know, it talks in the Bible about being a servant, right? Helping others. There's no greater joy than to be able to help your brother or your sister through a situation or circumstance. It may not be money. It may not even be the words that you say. It just may be your ear and listening to them, but helping others. I didn't jump to the others, right? Helping other people evolve. Helping, H-O-P-E, helping other people evolve. Helping other people become who they were meant to be. You see diamonds in the rough on the regular. I don't care where you are, what walk of life you're in. You see other greatness in other people. Don't hate on them. Help them get to where they need to be. So many times in my life, as I look back and I look at situations, and I wonder, dog, why that brother didn't help me? I could have gotten to a point sooner. I could have got a better understanding about a situation, you know? But that's my journey, and I'm not here to whine about that, because I remember, right? But helping other people evolve. This is why we're here. To help one another. We are community people. We're not individuals. In the Bible, it said, God, it's not good for man to be alone. And then Eve was brought forth. Then it said, be fruitful and multiply. Create the community. We were created to be community people. And then there's truth. True righteousness unveiled through hearing. True righteousness, the truth. And righteousness, right standing. Unveiled. Pull that veil back. Remove those wrappings from the illusion They want us to live a life unto death. They want us to operate in uttermost darkness. But there's light inside of us. That's the truth. But the only way to get to that truth is by hearing, not with these physical ears, but with this heart, by hearing the voice of God to give you direction through this life. Take all of the falsehoods out of it through hearing. True righteousness unveiled through hearing. Now, who are you listening to? You're listening to the Creator that's inside you. Now we go full circle all the way back to that power and the purpose, that peace. You have to get quiet. You can't talk all the time. In your prayer time, you can't sit there and talk your way through your prayer. Vain repetition, saying the same thing each and every day. Get quiet sometime and commune with God. With thanksgiving in your heart, commune with God and ask God how you should pray. How and what you should pray is His will for your life. It's inside, y'all. It's not an outward thing. It's an inward thing. But this is why we're here. Purpose, hope, and truth. That's it for this week. I appreciate you tuning in and listening to why we do this podcast. I do this as my way to give back. When I come forward, I'm going to give you what's in me, and that's financial literacy. I'm going to teach you the things that I know, or share with you the things that I know, hoping that those things will be something that you can apply to your life. Hoping it will cause you to want to dig deeper. Reach out, ask questions. But also, you out there, you have situations that you've gone through. You have expertise in your life. Share your words. Contact us. Let's have a conversation and see if we can bring you forward to share your faith. Have you bring that sauce, right? Well, that's a prerequisite to coming on Phat. Everybody has to have sauce. And that's something that someone can take from your life experiences and business, or just through your journey, or your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, but something that they can take and apply to their life. But anyway, y'all, I thank you again for tuning in. My name is Keith Robertson. As we say, action of knowledge leads to power. Peace.
Thank you for taking time to tune in to Talking Phat. As we know better, we must do better, because action of knowledge leads to power. If this content has been useful to you, please like and share. Tune in again. Peace and blessings.
Each one, teach one. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am.